Hey guys, my name's Trey Ketcham and I'm the division manager for the Greater Georgia Division for Vector Marketing, and I'm excited to share some thoughts I have for you today on the amazing recruiting opportunity that we have currently in our business. And the title of the message is Launch and Reload. And we've been privileged in our business to have a lot of advancements in technology and program enhancements that have enabled us more than ever to be in control of our own recruiting destiny. I'm excited to share some of the things that have enabled our pilot office for the year of 2018 to do $1.1 million in new business and be amongst the leaders in the vector marketing landscape as a recruiting leader and sales leaders on a year in and year out basis. And before I get into that, I really want to share with you, the concept of tying our boats together and the importance of making sure that we partner together as an organization. We partner together as business leaders, entrepreneurs, and help each other with our businesses. Unlike a lot of other companies, sales organizations, Vector has an amazing culture of interconnectivity and willingness of people to help others become the best version of themselves. And one of the greatest examples I could find of everybody coming together with different backgrounds and unique experiences is getting together for an epic boat party out on the water, whether it be out on the lake, whether it be out in the ocean. The concept of a boat party is really unique and special. You get together, everybody brings different supplies for a good time, and they tie their boats together. People share. Usually some person brings the music, somebody brings food, some people brings beverages. Everybody has an epic time. At varying points, people leave and go about their day-to-day lives, but then they come right back together at the next week or the next weekend or the next month or the next summer to share in a glorious time. And Vector is no different. Every year we get together for our SLC messages, and we get together again with our national trip to be able to share unique experiences and bring different things to the table to benefit really the party for everyone. So I want to talk about our program, which is targeted recruiting, and more specifically being in control of your destiny. And in order to do that, I want to show you an example of the bow from 40,000 BC. See, bows have been used since really the beginning of time for hunting. And the concept is it enables you to get the elusive animals that are a little bit more difficult to hit. Certainly, you're not going to be able to catch them on your own feet with traditional means given to us at birth. And so the bow was invented as an opportunity to be able to fell bigger beasts and more massive beasts for food and feast. And it was used in military. It was used for hunting and gathering. It was used for after hunting and gathering. It was used for eating, and then for 20,000 years, 40,000 years, it was used for that. Well, about 200 BC in China, the crossbow was invented, and that just became that much more efficient and effective at delivering a consistent effort. And the goal is to take some of the concepts I'm about to teach you and take that targeting method and make it more systematic, make it more repeatable, make it more user-friendly and easier to teach, new onboards into your program, and to build a dynasty that is consistent with some of the armies that have built their dynasties by having the consistency in the training that they gave their people. So what I love about the different arrows we have in our quiver is that we really have 5 programs at our disposal to really revolutionize our organization on a week in and week out base. 2 weeks, 3 weeks time, you can create whatever type of organization that you want. Because of the training programs that we have, the streamlined effectiveness and low barrier to entry that our recruits have, you can really truly change your business with a decision, and then with 2 or 3 weeks of consistent effort, have it reflect on the sales report. And so here's some of the arrows we have in our quiver. The first and most prominent one right now is social media recruiting. And the concept behind social media recruiting is, can you get a mass effort out to the people that you want? I break that down into really a couple of points. But number one, understanding it is a year-round program. In your organization, it should be something you're doing on a week-in, week-out basis. In our pilot and in our division, we utilize this program year-round to change the quality of our team whenever we need to. So we'll reach out and we consistently send out messages We target our best schools. That's another program. It's targeting your best schools, going after the recruits you want, not the ones that you can get. We just finished the national championship playoff series where Clemson and Alabama played each other in the championship. And while Clemson dominated Bama, it was very clear going into that game that those were the two best teams in the country. And one of the reasons why those teams were the two best teams in the country was because of the power of recruiting. They go after the students that they want and bring them into their programs, and they train them the right way. They build them up the right way. They take young men and make them champions, and prepare them for success later in life. And so we do that same very thing. We go into our best schools. We tackle in each of our markets our top 5 private schools, our top 10 public schools, and we go in and we look for the people that are really brought up in an environment in order to be successful with our business. These are people that are competitive. These are people that play sports. These are people that are super involved in student government or in any other competitive arena, whether it be music, drama, theater. In all those programs, people are competing. They're putting themselves out there in front of others, risking failure in an effort to be successful for pride, for recognition, and for furthering something that really matters to them, one of their passions. So we target those schools and we target those particular students in order to make it effective. And so at the very minimum, every single Sunday and Wednesday, we have a social media program. So at any time, any assistant manager, social media coordinator, the district operations manager, the district manager themselves, the owner of the office, they send out at least 50 messages every Sunday, every Wednesday, year round. We were fortunate in that in our office this past year, we had the Silver Cup winner at the AM level. And I'll talk a little bit about that, but he consistently sends messages throughout the year and is constantly bringing in quality, successful students that go out and dominate once they get the kit in their hands. So Sunday, Wednesday program, every single Sunday, every single Wednesday, getting out 50 messages, adding 50 people makes that effective. The understanding that there is 3 different forms of social media and utilizing all of them: Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. Every single one of these platforms presents a unique and different opportunity in order to be successful and to get quality recruits. With Facebook, it's just the mass sending out the messages consistently works super well. There's a common belief amongst the company, kind of an excuse right now, honestly, that's kind of penetrating its way throughout the different district organizations. But the belief system is that Facebook is dead and that people aren't going to continue to use Facebook. And that may be truer for some of our younger generations, but the fact is, it is still a very viable source. In fact, the Silver Cup winner, every single one of his recruits that he got for this past year came through Facebook. Okay, Instagram, right? So many beautiful things you can do with Instagram. You've got kind of the best of both worlds. And I look at Instagram as being the bridge. It's kind of the bridge between Facebook and Snapchat. And what I mean by that is that you have the power of being able to send out mass messages, but then also the intimacy of being able to put it on your story. The intimacy of having people that you know and are connected and follow you, be able to see information. And so we utilize social media, Instagram posts to help us out. So we'll post big paychecks. We'll throw that up every single Wednesday. Big paychecks, they post it up, put it on their Instagram story. We'll send out messages and we'll go in on Instagram just like we do on Facebook. We'll target our best schools. We'll target some of the concerts and other events that people tag, and we'll start adding people and sending out messages that way in an effort to reach a broader market. And then with Snapchat's kind of a great, more personal tool. So if you're looking at it, Facebook's the least personal, Instagram's kind of the bridge, and then Snapchat is the most intimate, right? And that's where we're sending out individual direct messages. And our philosophy that we've utilized for the past several years has been to send out Facebook messages every single Sunday, Monday if possible during summer, and Wednesday, and then utilizing Instagram and and Snapchat as a way to generate it during team meetings, right? So we'll utilize that during team meetings, and then once somebody gets their messages out, they can send out Snapchats to individual people as an opportunity to touch them in a different manner and to send a Google form so that way they can apply if they're looking. The power of Snapchat, the power of the Instagram story is that it is personal and it is authentic, meaning people put their real paychecks on there. People, put stories and pictures of their team night out and team meetings. So that way they can actually get a chance to see what it's really like working in one of our Vector offices, not some crap somebody sees online. So that is powerful. And then lastly is utilizing social media interns. And this is something that whenever you need a boost, whenever you need extra recruiting, whenever you need extra touches, you can hire on the drop of a hat, right? Students all the time are looking for ways to utilize technology, especially social media, as a way to make money, right? And so by hiring people from the areas that you want recruits from, to then just put out posts, to send out messages, to advertise for some of our job openings that we have, what will end up happening is you'll get into the markets that you would want to get into anyway. It's the places that we couldn't get into with just traditional means of Craigslist advertising, Facebook, ads, monster jobs, hot jobs, or old-fashioned mailers, right? So this enables you to get into those markets by just working with the people that you already want to work with and going directly to the schools and letting people know we have social media interns available. And we've got a whole program available that we've been working on at the Social Media Task Force that we can get to you and docs and information and everything you're going to need. So the social media program is a massive arrow in your quiver that you have as a leader. Campus recruiting. Campus is another great one, right? And what I mean by campus recruiting is making that be the farm system. If you build the proper relationships with your schools, you'll actually have teachers, students, principals send people to you. I know this past spring and the spring before that and the spring before that, we've run campus tables to kick off the summer at some of our best high schools. And everybody's looking for work. It's the great American job search. And so what we do is we go to the schools that we want our people from, and we let the principal know, we let the teachers know that we've had a lot of success with some of their students. And so we wanted to give their students preferential treatment and priority to be able to apply for some of our summer openings versus all the other random applicants that are going to try to apply with us once May starts. And so what we'll do is we'll actually go in and we'll set up a campus table and we make it fun. We don't just have it be kind of a lame duck table with applications. We bring in basketball goal, we bring in candy, we bring in big Connect Four games, so that way it draws traffic and energy to the table, and we get a chance to connect. While we're there, we also spend a lot of time connecting with the teachers, partnering with them, letting them know that we have charitable donations that we can give to some of our best schools that we've been allocated dollars, Cutco-wise and money-wise to help them. And so partnering with them, for the last several years, I've been donating to the Toys for Tots drive and Relay for Life drive that some of my different schools are utilizing. They love us. I can text the principal of these schools, let them know when I'm going to be wanting to run a table, and I get kind of the red carpet thrown out for me whenever I show up. It's pretty impressive, but making it a farm system where you're cultivating it. Also speaking with their DECA programs, going into DECA and giving real world experience lessons to some of these students. We talk about how we're not just doing this for ourselves, but we're building champions and future leaders. Well, the best way to do that is to give back to people in such a way where you're not doing it for anything in return. And so by partnering with the DECA programs, speaking on topics like hireability, building a resume, interviewing skills and techniques, that gives these students something that they can really latch onto and prepares them for the real world. So become a business partner for some of your local DECA chapters in your territory. College tables. The best thing with college tables, guys, is you got to make it fun. Give out free pizza, give out a $50 gift card, give out, candy. Do something where you bring a bunch of people with you and set it up. Partner with these schools so that way you become one of the go-to people that they reach out to whenever they need something, and we're able to give it to them, which then makes it very easy for them to recommend us when students come to them. And as always, target your best schools, right? You've heard me say this many, many times, but go to the places you want to go. Walk in, introduce yourself, dress nice, throw on a sport coat, jeans, and just let them know that you've got some student work opportunities available for students. You've had a lot of success with students that have gone there in the past. If you know the names of the students, that makes it that much easier. You can name drop them. You could go in with one of the former students that now is in college. They could talk a little bit about their experience, and it enables you to, again, work with them and partner with them, not become this adversarial relationship with them. So campus recruiting is an amazing source for touches. Another great thing is with AM leadership, right? That's another big quiver that's been effective for a lot of our top offices, is really maximizing our program. Maximize staffing. The company supports you up to 6%. So max it out. If you don't have somebody who's a sales stud, don't wait for them to get to 30K before you put them on staff. If you're a smaller organization just getting started, max it out with people that are also just getting started, and then build from there. One of my favorite quotes from the legendary Larry Manley is the concept of staffing and then upgrading. And, and whenever he says staff and upgrade, it always brings a smile to my face, because I know that what he's meaning is you take what you've got and you empower the people that you have, and then you build them up and you build with them. And then what's great is when you do that, the standards for your organization start to increase as well. So maximize your staffing, having clear standards and expectations for them. The expectation should be that as an assistant manager, when they come into your office, they're going to win whatever trip you've got for the summer. They're going to sell and make a ton of money. They're also going to help build a team, and they're going to be rewarded handsomely for that. And more importantly, that they're going to learn how to run our business a lot more effectively than any other organization would, okay? So having that program. We start every campaign with a 3-way texting from our assistant managers. So we have them come up with an attack list, their top 25 to 50 people. They can then send out a 3-way text a la Dean Espigard and some of the central region managers. But we send that out. And the goal there is if you're sending out 50, you're getting anywhere from 2 to 5. Right? Not 10 or 15, that would be nice, but 2 or 5. And that 2 or 5 can then cause a ripple effect throughout your organization. And then the other concept that we utilized was the 55 and 5 program. So what that means is every assistant manager, any day they come into the office, we've got 3 focuses. And then if they have any additional office stuff, it just depends on their level of understanding of the business and business training that they've received. But anybody can be a part of this program, which is 50 messages getting sent, scheduling 5 PRs, and getting 5 demos booked up. And if you think about that logically from an assistant manager standpoint, if during the summer they just did that, 50 demos, and if they're in the office Sunday night, Monday morning, Wednesday evening, that's 15 appointments getting booked up, which for them, they're probably going to sell on anywhere between 9 or 10 of them. Out of those 9 sales that they make, the average order is $350 or $400. Even if it's $300, you're talking $2,500 to $3,000 in sales for the week, which over the course of a 15-week summer, that student's going to end up selling $45,000, and they'll make well over $10,000 just on that alone. And so the concept that we had was this: you sell 5 to 10,000 for SC1. You go out and you do 15 to 20,000 for SC2. You sell 5,000 for SC3 or CFC, and then on normal weeks, it's based on their own income goals. But once they hit that sales number they need to, they're good to go. So what I mean by when I do staffing for my assistants is they get 55 and 5 done every time they come in. But if they hit their income goal or they hit their sales goal by Friday or by Thursday, they could take Friday, Saturday off as well. So they have 1 day off for sure. And then based on their production, they could take more days off if they hit their goals early on in the week. So it really rewards our people and our assistant managers to being entrepreneurs, to focus on results and not just hours. Okay? And then lastly is the promotion of the Silver Cup. We go off on winning scholarships. We have a team builder program that we do for our region. And I'm proud to say that, every single campaign that they've done this, we've had somebody in our pilot office win. For the wind-up campaign of campaign 3, we actually had 3 assistant managers in our pilot office win. So 3 out of the 10 winners for the team builder program came from our pilot office. And so this is something that we're looking at promoting, talking about it consistently. So we promote the team builder scholarship so people can put that on the resume. We also promote the Silver Cup competition because obviously we give out that Silver Cup for only the best of the best, but For those that follow the program, the 55 and 5 concept, they can get that. So utilizing the company enhancements to really drive the results that you want from your representatives, specifically your assistants. And then lastly, we got some other quivers, right? We got the traditional PR program, which has been a huge source for success for 10 years now almost. But interviewing PR names, making sure at a minimum you're collecting 5 names per recruit, right? That means you're on track. That means that they're tied in. That means they understand that you're building something special. The training PR talk, if you haven't done so, rewatch Brian Hurlman's message on this. But the expectation is to be 150 to 200 names per trainee. The things that we do to help drive that, number one is reviewing the Fast Start program right beforehand. Number two is having a levels program, meaning 50, 100, 150. Everybody has different things they give out for that, but what we do is we do 1 day of double credit if they get 50, 2 days if they do 100, and 3 days if they do 150. And then we do a prize above and beyond 150. And the way that we do it is we give away 1 prize per training class. If they have 10 demos, they go into the drawing. Every demo above it is another drawing. If they give 150 names, they get 1 entry, and then every 50 above that on the PR talk is another entry. So we have people with 10, 15, 20 entries by the time training finishes for that prize that we give away. We also focus on having a massive top slice program. And what I mean by that is not just collecting 150, but can you get 30 to 40 per person that are starred? And those are the ones that we really focus on and call on Saturday and Sunday. And the goal there, guys, is massive staffing. And if you, in the pilot, our goal is to have 10 people helping out with this program on Sunday and Monday. So that means a combination of assistant managers and social media interns, or assistant managers and receptionists, or social media interns, team builders and assistants, right? But the whole idea is that we want at least 10 people. If we can get it staffed with paid help from our office, we'll do that. Right? If we need to hire outside as employees, we'll do that too. But the whole idea is if we have 10 people helping out with us on Sunday and Monday, we're going to get done what we need to get done with this top slice program. Conveyor, utilizing Conveyor once you've gotten through the top slice. We do send names that maybe aren't the highest quality, and we focus on our top list, meaning if somebody comes from one of our private schools, we're not going to send their names to Conveyor. We hold them, we cultivate them, we get through it, and then we just send whatever's left over. But we will call every single one of the ones that they submit, not just their stars, because we want to let them know, hey, because you're one of our top people, you've already hit 2 pay raises right now, we're going to call each one of these people personally for you. Because I do believe there is some power in here, in that human connection on the other line with real authentic promotion of, hey, your buddy just started yesterday and he's already hit his first pay raise. Or, hey, your buddy just started on Saturday and they've already hit 2 promotions. So that's big. And then having extra interviews in the system. The more interviews that you have in the system, the easier it makes it. Okay, we've found over and over and over again that the more interviews you have, the more efficient it becomes. If we need to throw in a one-on-one interview for a top slice PR, we'll do that. We don't want to push people off more than about 3 days for an interview. Ideally, it's the next day or same day if possible. But if we need to, we'll put in a one-on-one interview in order to make that happen. Last time I checked, the same day show for a PR that was scheduled through traditional means was about 50%. So if you process that, the sooner you can get somebody in, the more effective it becomes. And then the last thing, and this is something that we've been really excited about and just have implemented in the last year, is this Rep Team Builder program. And this is something where you can get every single team member in your organization excited. There's a document that you have that was submitted with this message that talks about the Fast Start program and how to incorporate both Fast Start sales and Fast Start team building and different benchmarks throughout the course of their Fast Start and how to drive both. But the things that we really focus on is the Fast Start to team building, meaning we submit the massive list during training, we call through their top slice first weekend and send a Conveyor. We'll then have people in Advanced Training 1 create a new top 10 list. So they'll go back through and create another top 10, or another top 20, and we'll utilize the alley-oop or the three-way text program in Advanced Training in order to reach out and get in touch with some of the people on their top list that we just haven't gotten a hold of yet. Then on Wednesday, sending out a Snapchat message or sending out an Instagram story with their big paycheck photo. So it's kind of cool when somebody can put up a check of $400,000 or $500,000, $600,000 or more, just in their first couple days on the job. I don't know about you, but when I was 18 years old, there weren't a lot of people making $400,000 or $500,000 over the course of a weekend, especially somebody's first weekend. But that is the opportunity that we have, and so we utilize that to get the word out there, especially for our newer recruits. It's super effective. We have the PR levels contest. We did a 2, 4, 6, and 8 level where for us, our level 8 was a trip. Level 6 was a $250 signature experience, the concert, sporting event, something fun. At 4, it was a gift card to a store of their choice. And at 2, they got either a Yeti tumbler or they ended up getting a Chick-fil-A gift card. But we tied them into our PR levels. And for these individuals, we did utilize a Sunday, Wednesday program. And what we promoted was coming in an hour early so that way they could be a part of it. And during our team builder program, we talked about the trip incentives, we talked about this, but we really talked about 5 things that they had at their disposal. And these are 5 reasons why everybody in the organization wants to be a team builder. The first one is, of course, the prizes, right? We go off on the trip, we go off on some of the other prizes that you can earn during that time. The second thing that we promote is the income that you could generate from it. You know, by helping to build the team, when you factor in some of the prizes, some of the extra stuff, I mean, you can make the extra cut code that you can earn in your fast start. I mean, you're talking, you know, anywhere from a couple hundred to a couple $1,000s worth of extra income just for helping out, and extra cash prizes and incentives for helping to build the team. Another thing that goes along with that is the competition. So we promote the competition, and that's another reason, and the recognition that goes with it. Once somebody has 3 people that end up working with us, they get into the draw, or they get into the contest for our scholarship program that we do regionally. Once somebody gets to 5, they become eligible for our Silver Cup competition. And so the recognition, if you want to be on my mind, if you want to be on our region manager's mind, you want to make sure that you're becoming a big team builder. The other thing is resume experience. You know, the 4th thing is resume experience. I mean, you think about the opportunity to put on your resume that not only were you successful, but you helped bring other people into an organization. I mean, every single business values empire builders. You know, whether it be a college football program that's bringing in potential recruits, you know, wanting them to have some of their competitors and some of their buddies that they play football with to come in and go to that same university, or so that they can play together, or it be a new corporation that's building a new office or a new branch. You know, they value empire builders. And so this actually shows potential recruiters that you are an empire builder, and companies place a lot of value in that. And then the last reason people love it is an opportunity to build something bigger than themselves. And you know, I always promote that our organization has a goal of being the most exciting and largest organization in the entire company. And so because of that, we need to help build the team, you know, and we want people like them, you know, because there's people that we can get, and then there's people that we want. And I'll tell you, there's something super rewarding about seeing somebody go out that you actually recommended to the job, go out and be successful. Just like all of us experience as managers, when we train somebody and they go out and be successful, it's a lot of times more fulfilling, more rewarding than even us going out and being successful. So, you know, utilizing these trip incentives goes a massive way towards being successful. Guys, the last thing I want to remind you is that we have several arrows in our quiver in order to target the people that we want in order to be successful. And you know, those arrows in the quiver are, there's the social media program, there's our campus program, there's AM leadership, there's our traditional PR program, and then we have our rep team builder program. You know, utilize these 5 in order to make you successful. And guys, the most important thing, if you're going to drive this recruiting and launching and reloading, is your all-out commitment. And what I mean by that is Hernan Cortez, when he was conquering the New World, he was famous for taking all of his men onto his shores and then ordering them to burn the boats. Because the whole idea behind it is that if they burned their boats, the only way they were going to return home is if they set out and accomplished their mission, conquered the New World, and took their boats or built new boats to then be able to take them back. But failure wasn't an option. Retreating wasn't an option. They were going to drive forward and create their own destiny. Thanks for your time.